Now, I've been covering a whole bunch of new phone launches for the past 2 months, but this is the one I've been looking forward to the most. The OnePlus 12, OnePlus's latest flagship, one that's gonna go global mid-January. So let's cut through all the hype and see what OnePlus have done with their flagship this time. Hey guys, my name's Ash, you're watching C4eTech, and it's my third video in as many days. Been working long hours. So if you happen to find this video interesting, please do drop a like and subscribe. Let's get the unboxing out of the way here. We've got a typical red OnePlus box with the OnePlus and Hasselblad logos up top. There's more branding to the sides. Once we remove the plastic and open the box up, the first thing we notice is, well, more OnePlus 12 branding on the sides. Up top, we actually find a thank you list from OnePlus. Now, this is due to the fact that it's 10 years since the inception of the brand. And in case you're wondering, how is it 10 years if it's OnePlus 12? OnePlus 1 was year 0 and they skipped 4. Now, let this sink in. It's been 10 whole years since that phone. Now, do you even remember what phone you were using when the OnePlus 1 was announced? If you do, leave a comment. Okay, back to the box. Inside we have a black insert. This houses a SIM ejector tool, OnePlus and Never Settle stickers, other informational material, and finally, this black case here. And now it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's get to the OnePlus 12 itself, removing it from its protective cover. Guys, I ended up going for this pure white, not because I think it is the best looking SKU, but because green, which I actually think is the best looking SKU, that was sold out when I was ordering. I mean, seriously, OnePlus have done really well with the green this time. The shadowy patterns to the back, they look amazing. Also, the glass to the back for both the green as well as the black SKU, that's got a frosted matte finish. The white, on the other hand, is glossy AF. Hell, even the protective cover here is glossy. OnePlus does get points for consistency. Now moving on, we then have a red cable, USB Type A to Type C, and the last thing in this box is this 100-watt SuperVOOC charger. Now what I love here is that we are finally moving away from the 5000 mAh standard with flagships. Now this one's got a 6500 mAh battery, but it is a gaming phone. These relatively mainstream flagships, and especially this 5400 mAh, absolutely love it. And with this 100-watt charger, the OnePlus 12 can get to 50% in just 10 minutes and hit full charge in about half an hour. There's also support for wireless charging at up to 50 watts. Now, just like the Realme, the battery here is also rated to last 1600 cycles or over 4 years before dropping down to 80% battery health. Now, given the high capacity battery on the inside, the OnePlus 12, it definitely packs some heft. It weighs in at a little over 220 grams, it's 9.15 millimeters thick. Well, it is slightly slimmer than the very similarly spec'd Realme GT5 Pro. It's still not a thin or light phone. Do keep that in mind if you're considering picking this one up. Now, like a lot of other Chinese flagships, OnePlus has also opted for curves to the back as well as the display. This kind of helps with ergonomics. It makes the OnePlus 12 a little easier to wield. Okay, let me walk you through these placements. The beloved alert slider is back to the left. Me personally, I've always preferred it to the right. What about you? Which side do you prefer the alert slider on? Left or right? Leave a comment. Up top, we've got the secondary mic and speaker alongside an IR blaster. The power and volume keys are present to the right. And finally, at the bottom, here's where you find the primary mic and speaker along with the SIM tray and a USB Type-C port. OnePlus has gone USB 3.2, so good. Now, to the back, OnePlus has made slight changes. The metal surrounding the camera array does not flow smoothly onto the frame. There's a gap there. This metal, it's also very reflective and shiny. It's a smudge magnet. This color, the camera array itself, they're all dependent on which colorway you end up going for. To me, the green absolutely looks best. Okay, I'm gonna stop simping for it right now. The white, it doesn't look too bad. Honestly, the white and silver mix actually comes across as elegant, though I wish I got the green. Anyways, the flash is now on the metal surrounding the camera, and each camera spec is mentioned inside the array. The Hasselblad logo has moved. Overall, the OnePlus 12 design, it's not necessarily something new, but it feels like a refinement of the same design language from last year. Now, it's not just the sides that curve, even the top and bottom do. Now, it's not as steep a curve, and I actually found myself liking it, whether it's pulling down the notification bar or swiping up to go back home. That curve, it makes it all feel a little more natural. The OnePlus 12 seems to be filled with little things like this that improve the user experience. Another example would be the fingerprint scanner placement. After saying the same thing with so many different phones, by the time I was covering the GT5 Pro, I'd almost given up on finding a phone with a fingerprint scanner that's optimally placed. OnePlus has done just that. This scanner, it's in a very natural position. It's an optical scanner, it's quite fast, it's accurate. I like it. Another very underrated quality of life improvement here is with the haptics. OnePlus are using one of the largest linear X-axis motors here, and the haptics are just excellent. There's subtle haptics when you do a lot of things. For example, when you scroll through recents, when you adjust the brightness levels, or even when you're just scrolling through the menus. And it's really nice. Now, these aren't reasons you're gonna buy a phone, but these definitely feel like something you'd miss when you move away. Now, heavy haptics is easy to achieve, but OnePlus, they seem to have nailed the subtleties here. Now, of course, things might be a little different when the OnePlus 12 launches globally, since it will be running on the Oxygen OS skin, whereas my Chinese unit is on ColorOS 14 built atop Android 14. But I highly doubt you're gonna be seeing big differences, especially since they share a codebase. Moving on, under the hood, like almost every other flagship launching right now, this one is also powered by a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. But OnePlus is one of the very few brands that lets you go up to 24 gigs with respect to RAM. No idea why you'd need it, but if you wanted it, hey, it's on offer. Storage goes up to 1TB UFS 4.0. Now, with respect to sustained performance on a 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme stress test, the OnePlus 12 crashed out with this message. It wouldn't complete the test regardless of if I had the performance mode on or off. The actual gaming experience though seemed fine. It's the 8 Gen 3 after all. The phone, it did not get uncomfortably warm or anything. Now you can pull in this menu from the side, and from here you can switch profiles, turn on super resolution, boost frames and more. Now the display itself, this here's a 6.82-inch 10-bit OLED panel from BOE. It's got a Quad HD Plus resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate. There's LTPO support to let the screen vary the refresh from 1 to 120Hz to conserve battery. This panel has also received a A+ rating from DisplayMate, and it comes with Dolby Vision and HDR10 Plus support. And it's not just that, it even boasts of an insane 4500 nit peak brightness. Testing it out, I find the brightness hit a very respectable 650 nits under manual mode and almost 1700 nits under auto mode. Even under midday sun, you should have no trouble with visibility. The bezels aren't symmetric, and this might be an eyesore to some. Now, from a negative to a positive, this display can be used with wet hands. And oh yeah, forgot to mention, the OnePlus 12 is IP65 certified. OnePlus have also provided stereo speakers here, and have a listen to how the audio sounds. With optics, we've got a triple camera setup to the back. The primary is the same sensor we just saw on the Realme GT5 Pro. If you missed that video, here's a card to it. This is the Sony Lytia LYT808 that's paired with an optically stabilized f1.6 lens. Images turned out rich and detailed with natural colors and a wide dynamic range. Even under low light, the OnePlus 12 performed quite well, initial impressions at least. Of course, the Hasselblad tuning returns, so does the expand mode, so you can shoot those wide Hasselblad-esque shots. With video, the OnePlus 12 maxes out at 8K 24fps. The footage was fine, there was stabilization, unlike with something like say the iQOO 12. Now I do shoot 4K 60 mostly, and that performance felt very impressive too. There's also support to shoot 4K 30 Dolby Vision video. Then there's a 48 megapixel f2.2 ultra-wide, and it's one of the better ultra-wides we've come across in recent times. The colors are pretty closely matched to the primary, maybe slightly high on contrast. And then finally, we've got the OmniVision OV64B that's paired with another optically stabilized lens, this time a f2.6 telephoto that allows for 3x optical zoom. The performance is quite well, even at say 6x, the images were still very much usable. Sadly, there's no telephoto macro here. Now for selfies, we do get 4K now, which is nice, but the video does seem to have a little EIS jitter. The selfie stills were great, good contrast, very natural, no weird skin smoothing. I like the range and it was pretty detailed. This is a 32 megapixel f2.4 by the way. Now with all that said and done, I think it's time to talk price. The OnePlus 12 starts at 43,000 RMB, which converts to about 50,000 Indian rupees or 600 US dollars. The price is not too high, but honestly, I think the global reach of the OnePlus brand, we are paying a premium for that. Because if you see the Realme GT5 Pro, it shares almost the same spec sheet and in fact comes with a better telephoto shooter and is a good 25% cheaper. That said, OnePlus does have some things going for it, like that 4-sided curved Quad HD Plus panel, the amazing haptics, a 24GB RAM option, and it's likely that it will be supported for longer. So maybe the price isn't egregious. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.